between the army and English-speaking separatist fighters continue. The reports of atrocities being committed by both sides in the conflict. Now, the American government is calling for urgent dialogue between the two parties. This follows the killing of an American missionary, Charles Wesco, in Crossfire earlier this week. Mr. Wesco, along with his wife and 8 children, had only arrived in the country a fortnight ago. Randy Josar reports on this latest incident in the ongoing conflict.
Familiar battleground bangs to which residents of Bamenda and other localities in the English-speaking regions wake up to nearly every day. The latest battles have been taking place in Bambui, a road junction town between Bamenda and Bambili, which hosts the Bamenda University and dozens of other schools. An American missionary, Charles Truman Wesco, in company of his wife and 11-year-old son, was shot in a crossfire between the government soldiers and separatist Ambazonia fighters. Another missionary on the wheel survived the attack. The director of the Bamenda Regional Hospital, Dr. Thompson Kinge Nje, says Mr. Charles Truman Wesco died from head wounds, despite all attempts to save his life, shortly after he was rushed in. Up to 13 pellets were removed from his body, a source at the hospital told the BBC. The body is still lying at the Bamenda mortuary, alongside 3 others, so badly shattered that the families will find it hard to recognize them, the same source said. Another young man shot in the Bambui clash is recovering in hospital. The Defense Minister, Joseph Betty Asomo, has blamed the killing on those he calls terrorists who tried to attack a gendarmerie brigade. 4 terrorists were killed and 4 rifles seized, he says. A soldier was also wounded in the shootout. Some arrests have been made, but the Ambazonia leadership has been quick to blame the killing on the military. The death has shocked inhabitants of Bambili, where he had chosen to resettle with his family after selling off their home and property back in the US.
The guy had been planning since 2013 to come and settle in Africa and had been looking for countries and finally settled in Cameroon. And since April 2018, they have been planning the trip with the wife and came in a week ago. Sold everything they owned to come and settle here.
Attempts by the BBC to get hold of the wife of the slain pastor were unfruitful, but his aging parents are grappling with the tragic loss.
My husband already prayed for his killer. Charles would want us to do that too.
He cared for the people of the world, and he was willing to risk his life to go to them.
It would be a great loss for his family, too, his children, his wife.
The U.S. Embassy says in a statement that consular services are being offered to the family. A Ghanaian pastor and other Catholic priests and seminarians have been killed in the troubled regions in the past months. In Bamenda and other towns and villages, the fear factor has taken hold of people.
We are not secured. We are constantly locked in our houses because you don't know who is who. The military is afraid of the civilians is afraid of the military. Finally, nobody is safe. So we can't say we are safe in such an environment.
Just leaving my house from Sona Street, you see a lot of gunmen around. They shoot indiscriminately from 6 p.m.
Actually, Bamenda is the most unsafe town to live in this present moment in Cameroon. And if I had a chance to go somewhere else, I'll go there.
You see the military, even with ID cards, you are not still safe. They still molest you and take all the money you have, or even like break doors. You are not even safe at all. So we are just indoors.
Throughout the whole night, fear of the unknown. You cannot sleep because maybe they can come and break into your house and shoot you because they just shoot like that.
In other parts of the region, people are permanently mourning. They are losing their sons, not just in the battlefield, but at home and roadsides. Worse still, villagers say their homes are being burnt down as soldiers sweep villages like Rom and Isu.
Randy Josar reporting.